Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this PIFFA 50,000mAh portable power bank. So this is provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description, and if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost anything extra. So let's get this open. We have a support card here. Here we have the manual. Let's take a quick look at it. So this comes with the charger, charge cable, and manual. Here are some specs. Battery capacity is 50,000mAh. Input, it says micro 5 volts at 2 amps or 9 volts at 2 amps. Type C is 5 volts at 3 amps or 9 volts at 2 amps. And output is Type C is 5 volts at 3 amps, 9 volts at 2.2 amps, or 12 volts at 1.67 amps. Then output 1 and 2 is 5 volts at 3 amps, 9 volts at 2 amps, 10 volts at 2.25 amps, or 12 volts at 1.5 amps. So if you're using output 1, 2, and C, it's 5 volts at 3 amps. Normal charging mode is 14 to 15 hours. Fast charging mode is 9 to 8 hours. This shows the different ports here. This has an LED display status, so it tells you the state of charge of the battery. That's a very nice feature. It also says fast when you're fast charging. So you want to press the button to display the power level. So you can charge this with USB Type-C. You can also use micro USB. Now it does not come with a charger. You can use a phone charger to charge this. It says it wants you to use 2 amps or more USB charger. Then to charge devices, you plug into the port. And we have some tips and other notes here. So this comes with a USB-A to USB-C charge cable. Let's pull the power bank out. So this has some nice heft to it, very thick. We have labels on the ports. So here we have the button to turn it on. We'll press that. On the end we can see it has a 66% state of charge. Now you see that in here. Actually, I think I can fix that. There we go. That flashing you see is just on camera. I can't see it in person. So you can see it says 66 there. So the micro USB is going to be input, C will be in or out, and then the 2 USB-A will be out. Let's try charging this. So I have a regular charger here. I'll plug in. And this shows we're charging, and it's flashing the 6, but it's currently charging at 2.7 or, well, about 3 amps at 5 volts, so about 15 watts. Here I have a 65 watt PD charger, or power delivery charger. So I'll plug into that with USB-C, and then I'll plug into this charger with USB-C. So now we can see, maybe, it says fast up here. And if I look at my power meter that it's plugged into, it says it's drawing 22.5 watts. And this happens to be rated at 22.5. Now there could be losses in there, so it might not be quite that high, but I mean it's very close. So that's going to give you a faster charge using a PD charger. So that could be like a laptop charger or a nicer phone charger than you would get with a run-of-the-mill phone charger. So let's try charging some devices with this. So I'm going to unplug this for now. Unplug that. I'll keep this USB-C cable. Here I have an iPad Pro with M4 processor. So I'll plug into USB-C on the power bank, and I'll plug in here. So now this is charging, and it's charging here, and we can see that fast is lit up. So that shows it's fast charging the iPad. Now here I have an Android tablet, and I have a USB-A to USB-C cable. So I'll plug that with USB-C into the tablet, and I'll plug the USB-A in here. Now this is going to drop the charge rate down, but it is charging both devices. So this is a 185 watt-hour battery, and this iPad has about a 31 watt-hour battery. I don't know what the Android is. So this could charge this iPad many, many times. So with these two plugged in, we do still have one other port, so if we had one other device, we could charge it at the same time. So if you need to charge things fast, you might want to charge things individually, but if you're charging overnight and you have the time, you can plug multiple things in. So let's unplug the tablet. And when I do that, this did not seem to go back to fast, and that's not a surprise. I'll go ahead and unplug it and plug it back in. And now it's switched back to fast charging. So that's the PIFFA 50,000mAh portable power bank. If you have a lot of electronic devices that need charged, this is a great option. You have lots of capacity here, so you can charge things up like tablets and phones many times. But along with that, you also have the fast charge capability. This could be great for travel, going on day trips, taking to school. When you have a charger this big, I often like to carry around extra charge cables, so if I come across someone that needs a charge, I can offer up my battery and charge them, and that creates a lot of goodwill. A really nice feature of this is that it has that battery gauge on it, so you can tell how much charge in it. So as you're preparing for your outing, you can look at this and tell if you need to charge it up before you go. Now I think a power bank like this is going to be bigger than most people would want to carry in a pocket, and probably a purse unless it's a large purse, but this would easily fit in a backpack, briefcase, or suitcase. And this would probably fit in a lot of people's pockets, but there is some heft to it, so it depends on personal preference. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.